Ballers International. We highlight ballers all over the world. I'm here with Anni,
Mhm.
and you went to my hometown, Washington D.C. Well, honestly, my hometown was Maryland, PG County, but
We were there
yeah.
also.
So I got a lot of things to ask you because you was in my hometown. But before we get to that, what made you go play football in America?
It's it has always been a dream ever since I started playing football,
Hmm.
and we have had like a plan with two other Finnish players, Essi Saastamoinen and Janika Nikander,
Hmm.
that we want to go together to the States and play. And we have always been waiting like which year is or which season is the best one to go. And now like a year ago, we decided that next season, like the season 24, is going to be our season to go to the States.
Before I go more into in the states, shout out to Esty. Esty is a beast. Yannicka too. I don't know Yannicka so well, but shout out to Esty.
Yeah,
I love her. I love the way that she plays on the football field.
yeah.
Uh, and I'm pretty sure she did well in America. But like, what's the recruiting process if a female wants to go play football in the states? How do you go about that?
Yeah, you have to be pretty active yourself. You have to be, or actually, it was good because we have the World Championships
Hmm.
22 in Finland,
Yeah.
and we all played in them. And like that, we got more like publicity and people watched the games, so they were interested. And actually, that year already, a coach from DC Divas
Yeah.
was in touch with me, but then it didn't work out like the season 23. But then last year we were like, okay, now we want to see if we have any chances to go to the States and play. And then we just started together, like being in contact with other teams, both in WNFC and WFA. And then DC Divas was right away like, hey, we want all of you and we want you to come and play for us.
Wow.
And they were really, they took us well.
Yeah, there's only two girls that are familiar with playing football overseas. Is Nana, of
Yeah.
course, she's from Finland, and Amra. I can't pronounce her last name. Something Bachuchi, something like that. You know what she is? I know she played over in the West Coast. Um, but anyways, I know that there's females who want to go play football in the States now.
Yeah.
And now I just discovered this from being at the flag football championship games that they have flag football as a college sport now.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I think that's big, especially for women to play football
Yeah.
in the States.
Yeah, true.
But going into DC, oh my gosh, I'm excited that you went there. I want to talk about mumbo sauce. You probably don't need to know about that. Nah, we wait for that. But tell me all your expectations going to America.
I have
What did you expect?
um, a culture difference,
Yeah,
like from playing and living in Finland,
yeah.
definitely. But then sometimes at the same time, also like a good experience. I did expect to see. I didn't know actually what the level of the female football was there, so or the women's football. So that was like I have seen games and everything, but I wasn't like 100% sure how
Mhm.
it is. So that I was expecting it to be like very good, but still having like the knowing women's football isn't the highest yet. But I don't know. I had
So are you trying to say that American football for women is not that good in America?
no. I was trying to say that I know that after playing in the World Championship,
Hmm.
for example, or the World, yeah. So I was not expecting like a huge difference of the level, like comparing to Finland and the States,
Hmm.
but still like more physical in the States.
Okay.
I don't
I don't know. I
know.
think what you trying to say is that you was dominating out there. It's okay to say that because you were.
No,
You was dominating out there
sometimes.
sometimes, and
Yeah,
sometimes you was getting your butt kicked.
yeah.
Who was the toughest player that you had to play against?
Oh, the toughest player.
You remember the name or the
Uh,
team?
I would have said it was different because I was playing both as a guard and a tackle in the offensive line.
Hmm.
So when I played as a guard,
Yeah.
usually like the bigger players were the more tougher. But as playing as a tackle, I remember when we played against Boston Renegades,
Hmm.
there was this one D line, the end, who was really like strong and quick and fast, and it was a big challenge. But I liked playing against her because it was so good.
Yeah,
It was good playing.
yeah. Good competition, bring the best out of you. You know, and that's the experience that you get.
Yeah.
Tell me about the team vibes.
Ooh, the team vibes. Uh, I was. We were actually taking very well. Like they welcomed us good, and we had the first when we came. We had like a team camp,
Hmm.
and we were. It was so good. Everybody was just like very nicely and friendly. Helped us out. The team itself, like the organization, is really good, and they also helped us like get accommodation and showed us around and everything like that. So
Yeah.
it was good.
So you had good teammates. They were cool. They was chill.
Yeah, of course. There were. I mean, I didn't have any problems, and it was. I I liked it really much.
Yeah, we spoke about a little bit of international players, such as you, Essie, and Yannicka coming over to the states to play,
Mm.
and other people who've done this before. Was there any other international players on your team?
Yeah, they had one, or we had one from Austria,
Hmm.
Europe. She had been like she's like an au pair in the states,
Uh,
but then she also plays football and she plays for the DC Divas too.
is she an au pair just so she can play football? The easiest job that she can do, or she went there actually to be an au pair and then just
Yeah, I think she went there to become to be an au pair, but then she already played football back in Austria. So
mhm.
then she tried to find just a team where to play, and then now she was supposed to be just 1 year, but now she's on her second year as an au pair just to play football.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You find your little loopholes, and you
yeah,
could be out there for a long time.
yeah, exactly.
More people, like some guys, they should do that out here. Oh, I just want to be a janitor, flight attendant.
Exactly,
Oh, they have
exactly.
football here. You
Yeah,
know,
why not?
and I can ball. But we can go a little bit off the field. Culture shock. You spoke about this. What was different about the culture in America, or versus Finland?
First of all, I'm thinking about conditioning.
Conditioning. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we have of course like that kind of practice in Finland too, but never like we can't didn't come don't combine it so much with the actual practice. So that was something we were pretty shocked that we ran like 12 times 50 yards in the beginning of the practice. But I mean,
Hey, welcome to football.
yeah, I know.
This is normal.
I know, but we were not used to that. But I mean, the coaching was, I was playing on the offensive, so we had really good offensive coordinator, and I liked our playbook. It was easy. We had a lot of Zoom meetings before I went there, so I got used to it. And then we had our O line coach, and yeah, I was happy about it. I was learning new stuff and got to see another culture on how you practice and how you build up your practices and the contact you or how much contact you do during practices and everything. It was good.
What would you say that was positive about the culture that you got from American football in America that you would want to teach people over here in Finland?
Yeah, definitely. And that was actually one of my goals when I went there, that I would get some like that I will learn there something that I can bring back to Finland because I'm also coaching here, so that's something it was important for me.
Is there something that you can say that you learned that you would want to tell them, that you would teach them? Or that you're probably already doing it right now? What are
Yeah.
you teaching them?
I mean, I don't have like a example for you
I mean,
right
I know
now.
for sure, like the attitude and mentality,
Yeah, I mean, especially like
Speak to that,
the
please.
attitude is very. It's something every team needs, and I feel like, of course, we had problems with that. I feel like every team sometimes have problems with the attitudes, but it needs to be more like professional, and
Yeah.
you need to be want to be better every time and
You
practice
know,
full time.
correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if they have like real pro football like in NFL comparison over
Mm.
there. So I think it's safe to say like there's no true pro football league over there, some people probably get paid as women and discounts and things like this. But the point that I'm trying to say is that, similar situation towards the girls. Some of the girls probably paying to play in America on the team. Um, but the attitude behind it, from my experience, I'm an import football player, and I see some of the guys, they just playing just for fun. Some guys playing just because they just want to be part of some type of community. Do you see that same vibe of the players there?
Yeah, I see it, and it's also it was like the other players in the team. They had their day jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They were mothers. They were like at during days they were at work, and then they came to practice in the night. So it's not the same type like professional.
Yeah.
Because they don't play get paid for playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there was also those players who you can see that they want to belong to a community and like to a team. But then there was a lot of those who really wanted to be better all the time. And
now, but I was asking that question to set up, the mentality because something that you can bring American mentality. It's not only just in football. It's just like most Americans, when they do something, they want to be the best at it, and they're taking it serious. And we see over here in Finland, like some people just don't have that. Not even just in football, it's just in life. They don't want to be something, great. Not knocking Finns, but that's just how it is in the culture over here, especially when the government system, cap you for making so much money.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be great at something? So going back to what I was trying to say, the mentality, like the girls over there in America mentality versus the girls over here in Finland mentality when it comes to football. When they're on the team, are they striving to like be great at something even though they know they can't be professionals?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you see, I think there was it. I would say we have the same here in Finland and in the States. There was a lot of women who still want to be the best in what they're doing, even if they don't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I'm the same. Me, Essie, and Yannicka are the same
sure.
also. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of respect for Essie. I mean, I see the way she's grinding on IG, putting in the work.
Yeah.
And I had a few conversations with her in the past, and her head is on right. I love when I see people who want to be great at something. Like, I can relate to them. I can, because I've been there before. I had a struggle to get into college to play football, switch universities, and that wasn't even an easy struggle in the scholarship. So like, once I can relate to somebody who necessarily going with the struggle, but I can relate to that, but just have a chip on their shoulder and want to be great at something, even though it may not pay off. Yeah. But yeah, we talked a little bit about the team vibes. Let's get to some juicy stuff. What did you guys do for fun in DC?
What did we do for fun? I mean, we before the season started, we had always like practices on Saturdays, so we always after the practice we went like out to eat and maybe hang out a little more and
pause right there. Food. We can talk about the fun a little bit later. What was the best place for food in the DC area?
Oh, I would definitely say Mission Barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah, their ribs were the best.
Yeah, that's straight. Let's stay on the food a little bit. I'm a food guy, but I mean I don't eat out super much anymore. But you try the Popeye's chicken sandwich?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Chick-fil-A? What would you rate that? Chick-fil-A? Chipotle?
Chipotle, yeah, that was our favorite place to go to.
What do you rate that?
I would say 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
And we were planning on bringing Chipotle to Finland.
Like as a business or?
It would be nice to have it, yeah.
Let's work on that.
Yeah, I know. We should.
I had Chipotle just the other day at my own house. I made it myself.
I see, yeah.
What else? What do you think about McDonald's in America versus McDonald's here in Finland?
We ate it only once and we were not satisfied. Yeah, I don't like it.
America
is but garbage. I don't think it's good in Finland either.
But at least, one thing about American McDonald's is the breakfast. Our breakfast is way better than the Finnish one.
Never eaten McDonald's breakfast.
Dunkin' Donuts? Did you have that?
Not in the States, no.
What? All right, tell me other places you ate. Yeah, Mission Barbecue,
Okay, so we also ate like a lot of tacos
tacos.
because they were really good
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we got a lot of Latino heritage over there.
Yeah, and then I don't even remember. I mean,
I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of like just those fast foods. Uh, Chipotle,
yeah,
Chick-fil-A. I mean, you've been to Mission Barbecue. Then we have a bunch of different type of restaurants.
yeah.
Um, but if you can't think of anything, I just wanted to see where you rank some things. What about candy, some snacks?
Oh, there was a lot of pickles everywhere,
Yeah, pickles.
and
Yeah.
I love it, so I was happy about it.
Yeah.
And then one that I know that Janika loved, and we always bought them was Cheetos.
Cheetos, yeah,
Yeah.
Cheetos. Boom, flaming hot Cheetos.
No, the regular ones.
What?
I know.
You gotta get the flaming hot Cheetos. What do you mean?
What else?
Nah, it's all Gucci. We don't gotta kill time on that.
Mm.
I just want to see where you rank some things.
Yeah.
But what else did you guys do for fun in the DC area?
Mm, I mean, me and Essie, our hobby was to go to Ross and Burlington
Oh, get them
DJ,
cleats.
yeah,
Yes.
get cleats and cheap clothes and
Yeah. So you guys were doing it right. Who told you about Ross and Marshalls and those places, Burlington? Who told you about those?
I knew about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad has always been shopping in those, so I knew where to go.
Yeah. Like, yeah, for sure. When I didn't have a lot of money, barely ever had that in my life.
Yeah.
Send me some money, down with.
Yeah.
Nah, but Ross, you can come up on the cleats, you can get some nice ones. Bring
Yeah.
it back to Europe, make a little flip it if you want. It's always a little hustle with that.
Yeah, I brought like 3 pair of cleats back to Finland.
Yeah. So you was there for 4th of July, right?
No, actually, we left one day before 4th of July. Yeah.
What holidays did you experience when you were there?
The Memorial Day.
Okay, how was that?
I mean, not that special for us because we didn't see so much about it.
It sounds like you didn't have that good of a time over there.
Yeah, we did, but I'm trying to remember. Like our away games were the best. For example, when we were to New York, we stayed there 2 nights.
Okay,
Yeah.
2 nights.
Yeah.
Like so, the day after the game and one more night after.
Yeah.
You had like a Friday game or?
We had a Saturday game, so we left on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's chill. Yeah, New York is cool. So, what other states did you guys travel to?
We went to Pittsburgh and Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 hours to Pittsburgh. I mean, you're on the bus, so it could have been a little longer.
Yeah.
Then Boston, that's like almost close to 8 hours. I made that drive before going to Canada.
And we didn't fly. We went with the bus, and it was our last regular season game in Boston, and then our playoff game in Boston too. So it was
against that same team.
Against the same team.
And the same girl that was kicking you butt.
But that was fun.
Yeah. Back to food though. I had to ask this because this is a little bit personal about the DC area. And I mentioned this earlier, mumbo sauce. Did you try mumbo sauce at any of the places?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Oh my god!
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
If you ever go back to DC, so like for me, the main thing that I love to eat, we call them carryouts. It's like the Chinese or Asian markets. Well, it's not even a market. It's just like a restaurant. You get the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, something like this.
Yeah.
And it comes with momo sauce. We put momo sauce on our chicken. We dip it in our fries with ketchup.
I'm so sad I didn't experience that.
You missed out on this.
Yeah.
You missed out on this. Next time you go, you gotta try momo sauce.
Yeah, I need to go there back.
And I know there's a bunch of other places that I'm missing, but I don't go to America as much as I should, so I'm missing out on this. But tell me if you heard this type of music, go-go music. What?
No. What have I missed?
Where were your teammates from? Were they from Virginia or something?
From Virginia and Maryland and DC. It was like all over.
They didn't say, okay, this is like our music, like the DC area music, go-go music.
I'm pretty sure they didn't, or then I missed
Oh,
it.
yeah, you probably didn't like it. I mean, because
Yeah, most likely.
to be honest, like if you're not from the area, I can see why someone doesn't like it. I
Okay.
grew up with it, so I knew about this since like I was a young little pup. So, um,
Yeah, no idea.
all right. What about any slang? Did you learn any DC slang?
I didn't learn, but I did hear people talk, and I didn't understand what they were saying. Like a lot of people on our team, when they talk to each other,
Yeah,
I had no idea. I was just listening, like, but I really had to listen to understand what people were saying.
yeah. We have our own accent in the DC area,
Yeah.
so like they would say like Mo a lot. What's good, Mo? You hear anybody say that?
Yeah, I did actually.
Like,
That
what's
sounds
good, Slim
familiar.
Bob? We just call people like somebody some a different name.
Yeah.
And like when I was in Baltimore, like I went to my first university was in Baltimore, and like they would make fun of us because from the DC area we just call somebody like Bob, Mo, and like, oh, what's good, Frank? So they started adding like, bro, you can't put any name on it, But
Yeah.
the guys like, oh, my mother, oh, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear some like accents and everything, how they talk, but I didn't learn anything.
All right, let's turn this back to football. What does football mean to you?
A lot. I do sacrifice a lot of things to play football, and even if I know that I can't yet get paid to play football as a women or a female football player, but yeah, it means pretty much. I mean, I put a lot of time, uh, money on it,
For sure.
so I want to be a better football player every day.
How has going to America made you a better or worse football player?
Mm, I'd say like the overall experience, like when we went there, or I felt like an actual football player.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to do all the chores you do in teams in
Uh,
Finland. I know we have talked about this earlier,
yeah.
but you just when you went to the game, you just went there as a player. When you went to practice, you just went to the practice. You didn't have to take care of anything. You just
Yeah, you just
went
show
there.
up. You
Exactly,
say hello to your fans.
exactly. You show up and you can just like practice and just like chill and
You was low key an import player. You could say.
yeah, I
Did you get
guess.
special? Did you get special treatment, Miss Import?
How do you mean?
Like, did the players like, oh, you come from? Because you wasn't working a job, were you?
Mm,
Yeah. So
no.
like, all you had to do was just concentrate on football.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say we were or that I would have got a special treatment, but of course it was a different when we didn't. We had like off days
Hmm.
before practice. Like we didn't have to go to work. We had the time to recover from the practices and the games. But I mean, I still felt just like one of the players in the team.
With being a player like you, coming over from another country, don't have not working a job, as we do as football imports coming over here.
Mm,
Coaches have a lot of expectations of us.
mm.
What were they expecting of you?
Uh, I did feel that they were expecting a lot, and I was ready. I mean, I liked it because I like it when they expect a lot because then I just like push harder and play harder.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, you had like the pressure that hey, I'm here from Finland now. I have to execute like 110%
Hey,
or
I'm an
something.
import from Finland.
Exactly.
You're expecting
Of
a lot of
course,
me.
you have the other like how your mentality is also.
Yeah, and your players probably expected some things of you too, because it's like, I brought her from Finland. She
Yeah,
trash,
yeah, especially in the beginning when you came there, you really had to be. I mean, it didn't feel like a pressure in during practices, but of course you had to be like very tough and play hard and practice hard, and but it was pretty natural for me. It wasn't like anything weird. It was just
Hmm.
you did have like you need to show that hey, I'm not a useless
Yeah,
player.
for sure. Um, for the other teams that you guys played against, how many teams were in your conference?
Good question. I'm not even sure. I we played against 6 teams. So in our conference, I don't know. The conferences were really
But how many
weird.
teams is it like in the whole? You know, I wanted to just ask this: did the other teams have international players?
Mm, yeah, some teams had some international players, but I'm not sure actually. Good question.
Yeah.
Most likely they had some, but I'm not sure. Other teams didn't have Finnish players at this season,
Yeah.
at least.
I know there's two different leagues. Kanana played in a whole different league.
Yeah,
Is it more than just two leagues, or
I
from
mean
your
it would.
knowledge?
I would say it's like two the highest leagues, the WNFC and the
Yeah.
WFA.
Is there a difference between the two, or what is the main difference between them? And don't be biased because you played in one. Say, yeah, I played in the top one, and she played.
I
Talk to me.
mean, I it's hard to say because I don't have experience from the other league. But what I watch the games and follow the teams and the league itself, I'd say. I mean, they have kind of a lot of a different rules in the other
Mhm.
league. For example, they have like pick nine instead of pick six, and then they have
Pick nine.
yeah
What is a pick nine? You get so if you get
in
a real if I get a pick six on defense instead of getting a six, I would get 9 points.
yeah
What?
yeah, and that was something actually.
That's
I
a
mean,
game changer right there.
I exactly that's what
That's
I
way too
mean.
many points.
Yeah,
They give you a touchdown and a field goal at the same
yeah,
time.
and then I start to think like how many teams do want to pass the ball when there's a chance that the defensive team wants or gets 9 points.
Pick nine. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing right there. Pick nine.
Yeah, imagine. No, but I mean, it's hard to compare the leagues.
And which league does the pick nine?
The WNFC.
Okay, that's kind of cool though.
I
Now we could have won a football game this year with that.
know. Yeah,
uh, would you recommend for other people to have the same experience that you had?
yeah, definitely. And I feel like, um, I mean, it. You need to, as a player, you need to work for it. You need to have money to go there. It's
Mhm.
not cheap to live in the States or otherwise, since you're not getting paid from playing football. But I do recommend for it for everybody, like also like an experience just to go abroad,
Mhm.
but also like play and also the thing that you're just a player
Yeah.
in a team.
How did you save money while you were there?
While I was there,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't. I I didn't save money. I had sponsors, and then I had saved money before going
Okay.
there.
I see why you didn't have a good time. No, I'm kidding. Um, but if somebody was to come
Mm.
and be in the same position, like what would be the things that you would tell them to know about before coming over there?
Mm, I would say that they should be in touch with the teams like in advance, like at least a half a year before,
Okay.
just and like get on paper everything. If they promise you something like accommodation or something, get that on the paper. Like do all the
Have it in
stuff.
writing, baby, under contract. Get
Exactly,
it dotted
exactly.
lines.
Yeah, because that's when you secure yourself that when you are there, there's not much you can do if you don't have it on the
Mhm.
paper. So I would say that's an important thing. And then just be active, be in touch with the teams.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure every team is would be happy to get import players, but it's still a small sport for women's football.
Mhm.
So be active on social media, put your highlights on, like
For sure.
yeah,
You probably need a visa too.
yeah. You can if you are there under 3 months, you can travel with an ESTA, which is like 90 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need a visa, and that's also a long process
Mhm.
and needs money.
Yeah.
So that's something you also need to figure out. You
Yeah.
need to go to the U.S. embassy and do the interviews and stuff.
We're gonna wrap it up soon. When I was in America, I always had inspirational coaches, that used to speak to my heart. I even
Mm,
got that when I played in Sweden. My first
mm,
coach, but he was American, but living in Sweden.
yeah,
Was any coaches or players like that on your team?
yeah. our head coach, Coach Ghost.
Coach
She
goes.
was. I mean, she was an absolute beast. She had played O line too, so
Mhm.
she was like. We had a good connection with her, and she was a really good team leader, and she was really like she took care of her players,
Wow.
and she was also a good coach. So
What was her message to the players? You know, when I was in college, you know, we had like our statements that we would say, like, you know, empower people by encouragement. You know, uh, E. You know, empower. I already said that already. Empower people by encouragement. But you get what
yeah.
I'm saying. We have slogans and statements that we would say. Does your coach always have something that they would just remind you guys with to try to keep you guys motivated?
I would say she had, but now I have forgot it. I'm not
Oh
sure
man,
what she always says.
bad student,
Yeah, I know.
bad student.
I need to do my homework.
Nah, when it comes back, you can let me know.
Yeah, I will.
All right, big question. What's next?
I don't like that question because I don't know yet. So, firstly, I want to graduate,
Hmm.
get my master's thesis and everything.
Hopefully, be a good student at that.
Yeah. So, and then I'm gonna see what life brings me. I'm not saying no to anything, but I'm not saying yes either to anything. But I do still want to play, so that's for sure.
Money talks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at this point, yeah.
yeah, money's talking.
Yeah.
All right, it was good to have you. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you.
If I'm in America, in DC, and you there, hit me up.
Yeah,
But right
definitely.
now, we in Finland and Baza,
Yeah.
and we're gonna run tables around here. Yeah.
Yeah.